It's because we have a line in, right?
Where's the line? We gotta.
Oh.
There he has so long. He's got it. He's got it.
He's got it? Okay. Thank you so much.
It's just make sure it's
Hi. Sorry.
I know you're right, guys.
I'm here, so it's all a mess.
I know.
All right, thank you.
I got it.
You got it? You good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The ceremony will begin momentarily. Please remove your badges so they are not visible in photos taken during the ceremony. Thank you.
What is that? Yeah, nah, I would have missed both.
Put your butt down. Well, I don't want to get mud all over it. It doesn't matter. It comes right off.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of Congress, Team Redstone, and our community partners and friends. Welcome. My name is Christine Mitchell with U.S. Army Materiel Command, and today we gather for a proud and historic occasion, the unveiling of the U.S. Space Command's sign at the future home of their permanent headquarters at Redstone Arsenal, Alabama. The host of today's ceremony is the Commanding General, U.S. Army Materiel Command, Lieutenant General Chris Mohan. We are honored to have with us today and extend a special thank you to the Honorable Tommy Tuberville, U.S. Senator, the Honorable Katie Britt, U.S. Senator, the Honorable Robert Adderholt, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Mike Rogers, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Scott Desjardins, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Terry Sewell, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Gary Palmer, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Barry Moore, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Dale Strong, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Shamari Figures, U.S. Representative, the Honorable Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, the Honorable Troy Mink, the Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Mac McCutcheon, Chair of the Madison County Commission, the Honorable Tommy Battle, Mayor, City of Huntsville, the Honorable Renee Bartlett, Mayor, City of Madison, the Honorable Michael Duffy, Under-Secretary of War for Acquisition and Sustainment, General Stephen Whiting, Commander, U.S. Space Command, and Mrs. Tammy Whiting, Mrs. Cindy Mohan, spouse of Lieutenant General Mohan, as well as many distinguished guests, general officers, members of the Senior Executive Service, civic leaders, service members, active and retired, our civilian and contractor workforce, family, and friends attending today's ceremony. We thank you for taking time out of your day to celebrate this historic milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the national anthem by Mr. Calvin Drake from NASA, and remain standing for the invocation by Chaplain Mark Morgan, the Space and Missile Defense Command Chaplain.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the brave.
I get the opportunity of following that up. Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you today for the opportunity to serve in the armed forces of the greatest nation on earth, these United States of America. From our founding fathers' pursuit of liberty to our continued efforts to promote peace through strength, your Spirit directs our steps. Just as the framers of our Constitution sought your face through prayer and then produced one of the greatest civil documents in history, I pray that you would give today's leader wisdom to lean not on their own understanding, but to acknowledge you in all their ways so that their steps are ordered. Give them discernment to know what decisions need to be made, and then, Lord, give them courage to make those decisions regardless of the opposition they will inevitably face. Bless our Space Command team as they come to Huntsville and continue their mission to counter an ever-evolving threat in a boundless operating environment. Be with the construction teams as they prepare this site from the first spadeful of dirt until the final item on the punch list is completed. Protect them from harm, accidents, and safety incidents. Let this military construction project be completed on time and under budget. I ask all these things in the name of Jesus, my Savior and Lord. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Drake and Chaplain Morgan. Everyone, please be seated. Today, we are here to celebrate a historic moment in our country as the U.S. Space Command will officially become a proud member of Team Redstone in the Huntsville community. The mission of the U.S. Space Command is to work with allies and partners to plan, execute, and integrate military space power into multi-domain global operations in order to deter aggression, defend national interests, and when necessary, defeat threats. Please join me in welcoming the Commanding General, U.S. Army Materiel Command, Lieutenant General Chris Mohan.
Thank you, Christine, and for everybody, welcome. And we did order up this weather because this ain't always the way it is in December in Alabama. But good afternoon, everybody. First, Mr. Secretary, it's an honor and privilege to host you. This is only the third time that we've either had a Secretary of War or Secretary of Defense visit Redstone Arsenal, and we're thrilled that you are here. Today we mark a historic moment for Redstone Arsenal, the Tennessee Valley, and our nation. And it is my distinct honor to formally welcome the United States Space Command to its new home here at Redstone Arsenal. General and Mrs. Whiting, on behalf of the entire Team Redstone, all 75 partners that you have here on this installation, and the entire Tennessee Valley community, welcome home. We're thrilled to have you. Your presence represents not just a relocation, but a continuation of a proud legacy of excellence, innovation, and service. But let me begin by expressing my gratitude to several of the many distinguished leaders and guests who were instrumental in setting this opportunity up and setting this in motion. First, Mr. Secretary, our Secretary of War, again, thank you, sir. The Honorable Mink, Secretary of the Air Force, sir, thank you very much. And of course, all of our members of Congress, our senators, Senator Tuberville, Senator Britt, Chairman Rogers, Representative Strong, and our mayors, Mayor Battle, Mayor Bartlett. These are the folks that will set the conditions for this to happen, but will set the conditions to bring this into fruition. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for all the help that you have given us. Your presence reinforces the importance of this event and the shared commitment to advancing our nation's defense. So since its founding, Redstone Arsenal has been a hub of innovation, evolving from rocket and missile development to supporting cutting-edge technologies that define modern warfare. Today, as we welcome U.S. Space Command, we embark on a new chapter in that proud legacy. Space is no longer the final frontier. It is our operational domain, and Redstone Arsenal is uniquely positioned to support this critical mission. To the men and women of U.S. Space Command, you are joining a community that values service, innovation, and excellence. You are joining a legacy that has shaped the defense of our nation for decades, and you are joining a team that is committed to supporting you. Together, we will continue to build on Redstone's proud legacy and ensure the success of this vital mission. So thank you, and may God bless the U.S. Space Command, Redstone Arsenal, and United States of America. This will defend, be all you can be. Go Army, beat Navy, and since we're in the state of Alabama, roll Tide.
Thank you, General Mohan. We'd like to welcome the Mayor of Huntsville, Tommy Battle, followed by the Mayor of Madison, Renee Bartlett.
Chaplain, if I could first say, it's amazing in your prayer asking on time, on budget. Divine inspiration is here. We will work with divine inspiration. And good afternoon. It is an honor to join Secretary Hegseth, Secretary Mink, General Whiting, our congressional delegation, and senior military and elected officials as we again welcome the U.S. Space Command to its new home on Redstone Arsenal. Thank you, General Whiting. The community has waited many years for this day and is finally here. And this is a moment of pride. It validates decades of investment in space, defense, education, and quality of life. The work isn't done, but Huntsville is ready. I want to thank Chairman Mike Rogers, Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, for his leadership. Mike, thank you so much. I also want to thank our full delegation, Senator Brett, Senator Cupperville, Dale Strong. The full delegation was there, and it's amazing when you have a unified delegation what can happen. Thank each of you for your support as we have gone through this. For more than 6 decades, Huntsville has been a community where innovation, national defense, and exploration have been part of our DNA. We built the rockets that took America to the moon, and we continue to design and build the technologies that protect our homeland and strengthen our allies around the globe. To all of you, we want to say, especially to Space Command and our new friends who will be moving here soon, welcome to Huntsville, welcome to Redstone Arsenal, welcome home.
Greetings, everyone, from the city of Madison, named this year as the 9th best place to live in the nation. Madison stands ready to assist in the transition of Space Command to Redstone Arsenal. On behalf of Mayor Battle, our County Commission Chair, Mac McCutcheon, and the City of Madison, thank you to everyone here today who made today possible.
Thank you, Mayor Battle and Mayor Bartlett. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Commander, U.S. Space Command, General Stephen Whiting.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, and I want to thank Lieutenant General Mohan and all of Team Redstone for your outstanding hospitality today. This world-class event is testament to the strength of our relationships and signals our bright future together. Secretary Hegseth, Secretary Mink, thank you for honoring us with your presence, and thank you for joining us in Rocket City, USA, the home of your U.S. Space Command. We are grateful for your support as we relocate our warfighters and their families and build a new permanent command headquarters right on this location. As all of you can appreciate, most of U.S. Space Command's mission-critical work on behalf of our joint force and our great nation is highly classified. But one of our not-so-secret weapons has always been outstanding community and civic support. It was true upon our establishment in 2019 in Colorado Springs during President Trump's first term, and remains so today as we move at his direction to North Alabama. I echo General Mohan's thanks to all of our distinguished elected and civic leaders in attendance today. Specifically, I'd like to thank the local mayors and commissioners, as well as the congressional delegations from both Alabama and Tennessee for your support as we've begun planning our move over the past 3 months. Of course, U.S. Space Command has long enjoyed a strong connection to the Tennessee Valley. Our U.S. Army Service Component, Space and Missile Defense Command, or SMDC, has operated from Redstone for decades. Most recently, just earlier this year, they opened a new state-of-the-art research, development, and analysis center on the installation, reinforcing this region's reputation for fostering innovation. Additionally, our command also enjoys robust participation in the annual Space and Missile Defense Symposium, which has been hosted in Huntsville for over 30 years. Reflecting on this history and looking out at the crowd today, I feel immense gratitude for the goodwill established between us, because we are going to need it as we work together to advance from today's sign unveiling, which is obviously a significant event, to moving a significant portion of our workforce within the next few years here to Redstone, to ultimately cutting the ribbon on our new purpose-built facility for U.S. Space Command. Once established, this warfighting platform will optimize our already unmatched mission readiness and ensure the United States continues to lead and shape military space power for the future fight. Because it is vital we remain the world's preeminent space power, ensuring that America's interests are protected in the high frontier and that we provide every soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Coast Guardsman, and Guardian with the space capabilities they need to fight as the most effective, precise, lethal, far-ranging force on the planet, which is why we must guarantee that there is never a day without space. Thank you again for being here, and God bless America.
Thank you, General Whiting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Troy Mink.
So thanks for that welcome. Thanks for everybody being here on this really beautiful day. And it is great to finally be at Rocket City for the final location of U.S. Space Command. After 5 years of assessing and independent assessments, it all said this was the place for U.S. Space Command to be. The President, Secretary made the decision. Now we are off to the races to get it done because it is critical capability. We're already working with Congress, the other parts of the Department of War, local community to kick it off and get it going, and we're going to continue to need that help to get it done. Why? Because my current job, Secretary, Department of the Air Force, I deliver capability. General Whiting, as the commander of U.S. Space Command, employs that capability, and that capability is critical for security of this nation more than ever. And getting it stood up and getting it fully operational is one of my focuses going forward. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work for you, work with you to get this done as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. And I can't help myself but go Buckeyes.
Thank you, Secretary Mink. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome U.S. Senator for Alabama, Tommy Tuberville.
Thank you very much. I wonder what all these cows are thinking out here that's been living out here for years. What the heck is going on? I don't think we need a history lesson about what's gone on for the last 5 years, but I do want to thank our congressional delegation. What a team that we've had in trying to push this forward, led by Chairman Mike Rogers. Did a great job. Thank you for what you've done. This is a great day for the world, for America, for Alabama, and for Huntsville. My God. I mean, what we already have here, and then on top of it, Space Command coming here with General Whiting, it brings tears to your eyes, because I don't think a lot of you really realize what is going on behind the scenes of trying to get this done and done the right way. You know, we want a state-of-art facility here that's going to protect the United States of America and its allies. And we want to do it the right way, and it will be done the right way. And there wasn't a better place for it. It really wasn't. So I want to thank everybody for being here today to kick this off. We need to do it the right way. We need to do it very fast,
because most of you out here don't really realize the problems that we're having when it comes to space. We need to step up and put our best foot forward. And Huntsville will do that. Alabama will do it. General Whiting and his family moving here and his team will do it. And I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward from the ground to the top. And it's going to be here very quickly. And again, it's a special day for all of us. So thank you. God bless you. And God bless Alabama. And God bless America.
Thank you, Senator Tuberville. Please welcome U.S. Senator for Alabama, Katie Britt.
The importance of today cannot be understated. Today marks a significant step forward for American military space leadership. As we reflect on today, I want to thank President Trump. I want to thank Secretary Hegseth for putting the needs of Americans front and center and making sure that you selected the best place for our national security. I also want to reflect on our delegation's work together. You heard it from Senator Tuberville, but we all worked in lockstep to try to help make this happen. That means Democrat, Republican, that means House and Senate, making sure that we used every tool in our toolbox to bring Space Command home. I especially want to thank Chairman Mike Rogers, who led the way for all of us. You showed us what real leadership meant, you stood in the gap, and you made today possible. Additionally, I want to thank this community. We know that big things like this happen when local, state, and federal leaders work together for the greater good. But this community is special, and the men and women of Huntsville and Madison County made sure that you were prepared every step of the way for us to bring this home. Without the work that you did, without the foundation you laid, this would not have been possible. So as we welcome General Whiting to the great state of Alabama, you will be sure to welcome him with open arms and make sure he knows why we call this Sweet Home Alabama. We know that Alabama was chosen based on merit. We know that Alabama was chosen because this is the best place for Space Command when it comes to national security. And now we're excited for the world to see what we have always known, and that is that national defense means a great deal to Alabama. But we here know that Alabama means a great deal to our national defense. Thank you. God bless, and I look forward to seeing what's coming here at Redstone that'll help impact the entire nation and ultimately the world.
Thank you, Senator Britt. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome U.S. Representative Mike Rogers, 3rd U.S. Congressional District.
This really is a great day, and we've been waiting on it a long time. A lot of y'all don't know the history, but a little less than a decade ago, Congress began the work on trying to make sure we retook our dominant position in space. It became obvious that if we were going to be successful at winning wars and keeping ourselves out of wars, we were going to have a dominant role in space that we had allowed to slip away from us. We worked with President Trump to pull the space mission out of the Air Force and stand up the Space Force. President Trump recognized that we were going to have to reconstitute Space Command as a separate combatant command again. And he pulled it out of STRATCOM and stood it back up temporarily and said, we're going to have a nationwide competition for the permanent headquarters. Huntsville, Alabama won that competition. There were some states that didn't appreciate that fact. They complained about it. President Trump said, fine, we'll take that in consideration. We'll have a do-over. We'll change the criteria to accommodate your concerns. We had another nationwide competition. Huntsville, Alabama won it again. The last 3 secretaries of the Air Force, Barbara Barrett under the first Trump administration, Frank Kendall under the Biden administration, and Troy Mink under this administration, all have reviewed those results and said the exact same thing. Huntsville won. Huntsville's where it should be. There was a little effort to try to subvert that. This delegation stuck together to make sure that did not happen. And I can't overstate, Democrat, Republican, every member did their part to make sure that did not happen. And thank you, Mr. Secretary Hegseth and President Trump, for coming in and making sure today happens. I want you to understand, this is about our national security. If we are going to stay safe and be successful when it comes to military endeavors, we have to control space. Space Command is going to be a critical part of making that happen, and it wouldn't have happened but for Secretary Hegseth and President Trump. Thank you very much. Roll Tide.
Thank you, Representative Rogers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome U.S. Representative Dale Strong, 5th U.S. Congressional District.
What a great day for Alabama. It's an honor to be here today to mark the beginning of a new pivotal chapter for Huntsville, for Alabama, and for the future of Space Command. Since day one, the Rocket City and Redstone Arsenal has been firmly focused on the future and are ready to embrace the critical mission of Space Command right here in North Alabama. For more than 6 decades, our community has stood at the very center of America's space story. Huntsville is where unparalleled talent, cutting-edge innovation, and mission readiness meet. We don't cut corners. We don't seek praise. Excellence is only expectation, because this community is laser focused on doing what is best for national security. Space Command will not just exist here, it will thrive here. Together we will work to ensure the United States maintains decisive dominance in space domain for generations to come. I want to express my sincere gratitude to President Donald Trump for putting national security first. I also want to thank Secretary Pete Hegseth, General Whiting, Secretary Mink for their steadfast commitment to moving quickly and decisively. I also want to thank Alabama's Congressional delegation, Coach Tommy Tuberville, Senator Katie Britt, Representative Robert Adderholt, Terry Sewell, Gary Palmer, Barry Moore, Shamari Figures, and Alabama's 8th member, Scott DeJarlais from Tennessee. I want to thank you because our workforce is dependent on our neighbors. We're the lead employer for 4 counties in southern Tennessee, and our labor force comes from 17 counties in North Alabama and southern Tennessee. I'll tell you this right here, we definitely can't go further, and why I held him last is Chairman Mike Rogers. I can tell you this, if not for his vision and his fight, this day would have never come. Chairman Rogers, thank you. I want to thank you for fighting for our national security. I want to thank the governor of Alabama. I want to thank Mayor Tommy Tuberville, the Huntsville City Council, the Madison County Commission, Chairman Mac McCutcheon. I thank you. It takes a team, and we wouldn't be here today without each of you. Today has been a long time coming. I'm proud to have been a small part of this team, this process, every step of the way. First as chairman of the Madison County Commission, now as the congressman representing the 5th District of Alabama, the new home of the United States Space Command headquarters. With this headquarters here at Redstone Arsenal, it will be strong, it will be more secure. The mission is clear: to conduct operations in, from, and to space, to deter conflict, and if necessary, defeat aggression. Let's move fast, let's move smart to get people in place and capabilities rolling. North Alabama is ready. Redstone Arsenal is ready. Space Command is ready. And this is just the beginning of what we will accomplish together. Our time is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Strong. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome the Secretary of War, the Honorable Pete Hegseth.
Thank you very much. It's a blessing and an honor to be here. I want to say Congratulations to Alabama. Congratulations to Huntsville. Congratulations to Redstone Arsenal. Congratulations to this entire delegation. The leadership from the chairman to the delegation, Senator Britt, mayor, governor, coach, senator, whatever your title is. Congratulations. You guys represent your state extremely well. And I also want to pass my congratulations and thanks from President Trump. He wanted me to pass the message on Space Command to Alabama. Welcome home. It's been mentioned, and it's true, and I won't belabor it, but President Trump has understood the importance of the space domain from the beginning, from his first term, and you laid it out well, Mr. Chairman. From recognizing the importance and the need for a Space Force, to the recognition of reestablishing SpaceCom, to commissioning the study to look into it, to choosing this place, to commissioning another study, to then ensuring in his second term, once again, the Air Force Secretary made the right choice, recommended to me, recommended to the President, that this is the place to continue to establish space dominance right here in Alabama. And when you look at what we're doing at the Department of War, you know, we are defending the homeland and the hemisphere. We're deterring adversaries. We're working with our allies to burden share and shift those burdens. We're looking at rebuilding the defense industrial base, which is what we're doing right here. We're reviving the warrior ethos, rebuilding the military, reestablishing deterrence. And then when you look at what President Trump's doing, it's America first, peace through strength, and then the old one that fits just perfect, common sense. It is common sense that this is precisely where Space Command should be. It is common sense that we need to move rapidly and expeditiously, and we will. Colonel, you're right. It normally takes prayers to be on time and under budget. Just no doubt. But as General Whiting knows, he met with us at the Pentagon just a few weeks ago. We are deadly serious in committing to cutting every piece of red tape and bureaucracy to get this headquarters established as quickly as humanly possible. So yes, in some ways today is symbolic, but it's not. It's a recognition of a full speed ahead, full steam motion to ensure that we break ground, we move, we build, we move people, we move capabilities right where it should be as quickly as possible. Because first it was he who controls the skies, now it's he who controls the space domain, understands what the future of warfare will look like and who maintains that dominance. Your delegation has understood that. President Trump understands that. We are completely committed to it at every level, and that's why I'm here today. Because the quicker we establish this, the more robust the capabilities are, the more likely we are able to deter the next conflict, and if necessary, stand prepared to overwhelmingly defeat our enemies, which is the responsibility of the War Department, which is what the House Armed Services Committee and the other committees enable us to do, and we're committed to delivering it. So God bless you all. God bless this great state. And I'm not saying anything about college football teams. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Hegseth. Now, Secretary Hegseth, Honorable Mink, General Whiting, General Mohan, Command Sergeant Major Garza, and Chief Master Sergeant Simmons, please join Secretary Hegseth to unveil the U.S. Space Command's signage. This signifies U.S. Space Command's official move and marks the home of the command's permanent headquarters here at Redstone Arsenal, Alabama, a federal center of excellence. Now we will start the countdown at 3, and at the 0 mark, unveil the sign. Got it? All right. All together, please. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seats. Now, the 101st Airborne Division Band from Fort Campbell, Kentucky will now play the Armed Forces Medley. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as your service song is played. This new sign, bearing the U.S. Space Command seal, will stand as a symbol of vigilance, honor, and the warriors who protect our nation in space. Thank you all for being here to witness this historic milestone. Together, we will ensure there is never a day without space. This concludes the ceremony. This will defend. Will members of Congress please join the Secretary up front for a group photo again? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can run down.
Hey, Eric.